Chance. Chance is literally just about two things, guns and gambling. Being arguably the character with the most unique gameplay, all of this guy's mechanics surround complete and utter luck. Whether that's getting to attack, losing half your HP, or exploding on the spot. Chance has one primary ability that determines your entire game outcome. You can die in the first 20 seconds of the round, or be absolutely unstoppable. This is Chance's favor, or also known as the coin flip. As any coin flip goes, it lands on heads or tails. Heads grants all your other abilities a charge, which makes this coin the core mechanic of how you act in the game. Yet landing on tails brings you to a brutal punishment of getting a stackable weakness to your name for 15 seconds. Every weakness obtained will keep stacking indefinitely, leading you to such a vulnerable state that you will die in one hit to anything, because you want to keep flipping that coin. But whatever, when you roll heads, you get the blessing of a charge on one of your 3 other abilities. These furthermore enhance this character's absolute deadlock on every mechanic being related to pure luck. You get one shot, the ability where you wield a gun. This gun can do 3 things. First, with a 25% chance, it cannot go off at all, making your life a waste of time. Second, with a 25% chance, it can. Third, with a solid 50% chance, the gun actually works. You shoot in whatever direction you're facing with a really powerful knockback and stun attack on the killer. This move is absolutely busted when it works, and it's such a satisfying move to pull off. Every charge you gain from the coin flip enhances your chance of the gun going off, so with enough coin flips, you'll get there one day. So yeah, the literal premise of this character is to never stop gambling. Once you're at 3 charges, your chances of a successful shot spikes up to 90%, making a hopefully sufficient enough probability you won't explode into pieces. Okay, well, he has more luck related abilities too. Reroll is next, being the only ability in the game that changes your entire character's stats. Reroll will change your player health from anywhere from 65 to 130. Yeah, it can go as low as 65. This ability is kinda goofy sometimes. I cannot tell you how many instances I've gotten a solid 1 HP after flipping that stupid coin for eternity. And the last ability is Hat Fix, which resets your probably unhealthy level of weakness down to 0. I cannot imagine how wild this character would be without this ability. I'm just imagining getting to weakness like, I don't know, 300. You die by stubbing your toe. So there you go, that's the entirety of Chance explained as a character. He's packed with the wildest interactions, and the way every mechanic is spun in some kind of luck-based way makes his gameplay rather interesting to say the least. Don't get me wrong, he's an extremely fun character to play, but I could totally see the argument of how annoying some of the interactions with Chance could turn out. The gunshot is a very unreliable way of attacking, and not the probability of shooting, but the shot itself. It covers a relatively wide range in front of him, as well as going generously far, but I have a lot of trouble with the register of if it actually hits the killer. In dire situations, the 1 second delay in the slowdown of movement speed when pulling the trigger is extremely annoying. Oh, the solution does not get chased? This is literally Forsaken. You're going to get chased. Though, in situations of saving a teammate, the gun is absolutely busted. The knockback is insane. If someone is already sprinting away when the killer gets hit, there is no catching back up. Having 1 or 2 chances to back you up in each game genuinely feels like a viable option sometimes. Chance works well when binded with possibly an Elliot and or a noob, which are both vulnerable due to no way to slow down killers. Speaking of killers, there's only one I noticed I had extreme problems with after playing with Chance for over 10 hours. Oh my goodness, I had some pretty miserable experience against 1x as a killer. Specifically, the projectile attack. The thing about Chance is how far away you need to stay from the killer during your little gambling sessions, and if you are caught on weakness, you won't last much longer. So when 1x shoots that projectile at you, hiding behind walls to avoid any kind of contact with the killer is not happening. I can bet I'm honestly the only one who has ever gotten into such an interaction to go on camera and complain about the situation, but it's worth noting nonetheless. Regarding reroll, I hardly ever used it. The thing about Chance is that you will die in 1 or 2 hits, a lot, due to the enhanced weakness. This leaves more health to sometimes be useful, but honestly, I never really use this ability. The risk of going all the way down to 65 health was too daunting, regarding the fact that Chance is vulnerable enough. Also, is the possibility of going that low even worth it? I almost never tried my luck with it. Some other aspects of Chance are his stats. So let's see, 12 player speed, 100 stamina, 20 stamina gained. Okay, his stats are absolutely nothing special. So, how balanced is Chance here? Well, this is a relatively difficult question as everything is completely based on, well, a coin flip. But personally, I think he's actually underrated. I understand everything boils down to how lucky you are and how quick this luck arrives, but I also understand how silly this might sound contradicting the nature of this character. But I think if you play your abilities at the correct time and have a good sense of safety, I think Chance is actually, if not, one of the best survivors in the game. How? I'll explain it. After playing primarily Chance for a few days, the number one way I threw myself into dangerous situations is actively tracking down the killer because I always had a strange urge to shoot him. Just because a character has a weapon does not mean you have to embrace it. Hide as long as possible just like everyone else. And if you can hide relatively well and generally stay away from the killer as long as possible, you are given plenty of time to flip your coin and prepare yourself for any attack. While each ability has a pretty hefty cooldown, the best you should do when you know you aren't in danger is to try to boost up your health as high as possible. And when you think you are in relative danger despite not being chased, build up your gunshot as quickly as possible and keep it. The best thing you could do is to not be caught without a way to protect yourself. So, when should you use your half-fix ability to get rid of your weakness? Honestly, this is always something you should use as soon as possible. Even just a weakness of 3 or 4 could be enough to knock you out in just a couple hits, but also take note that if you haven't gotten a bad roll in over 15 seconds, you don't have to worry about weakness. So based on this conclusion, you should never flip your coin during a chase. Clearly, Chance is surprisingly complicated. You're put into a gruesome situation to make a decision of which ability to use many times per game, but I genuinely think, after playing so much of this character, he could be optimized so efficiently that he could be absolutely one of the best in the game. Chance is an amazing character if you want to mix up the basic gameplay style. His mechanics are extremely unique and completely changes how you play as a survivor, but alongside this, he is also very hard to master despite being easy to learn. It even boils down to how well you can aim a gun, and if you can't, it's a skill issue. I would rate Chance a 9 out of 10 on mechanics, 8 out of 10 on enjoyability, and design, 10 out of 10 of course. Dude owns a casino apparently. But hey, there is one more thing I forgot to bring up regarding Chance. His skins. Well, actually, I couldn't care less about any of these except the one that looks like Clover from Undertale Yellow. Chance is the best Forsaken character. Video over.